Okay, so as you can see from this scruffy beard type thing, there's been a lot of news and a lot of movement in the stock markets pretty well this week. And over the last couple of weeks, it's been GameStop. But this week, it really did start to become broader, and today I'm going to talk to you about what short selling really is. Short selling is what's fueling what's happening on the stock market, or at least the big massive gains on the stock market this week and last week. And which is why I haven't shaved for a while. But anyways, let's get down and let's see what short selling really is. Okay, so let's say we have Bob. Bob over here is a very cool guy, and he currently owns 100 shares of GameStop, and I'm using that ticker mainly because of, well, you know, the whole massive move that's happening right now. And let's say me, Alan, these are my stick figures, by the way, I think I do a pretty good job at drawing them, wants to short GameStop. I don't in real life. I would never do that because I really hate short sellers, but from here, basically, let's say I want to short GameStop, and I buy GameStop from this person. I borrow it. I don't pay for it. I borrow that stock, and I borrow, let's say, 100 shares. So I take 100 shares. From there, that stock is currently worth $10. So basically, at this point, I am promising Bob over here that I will now borrow your 100 GameStop shares, and I'm going to sell them. Now, I promise to you in some point in time in the future, I'm going to give you back the 100 shares, but during that time, I'm going to be shorting them. I'm going to be basically selling what I don't own, but what I borrow. Now, that $10 isn't free. I have to pay interest on that, and now recently, the interest on GameStop was 100 and something-ish percent. I think it was like 120% or something. So I need to pay 120-ish percent to Bob every single year, which is like 10% a month. It's crazy. But some, like for example, Sundial right now only have 8-point-something%. So that would be technically a better trade. You generally don't get massive interest like this if there is not many shorts out there. If there's a lot of shorts, the actual interest will go up. But anyways, I now have 100 GameStop shares. And let's say I sell them to this person over here. We're going to call him Random Dude. Mr. Random wants to buy them, and he just paid $10 for those shares. So I just gave him 100 shares at $10. So basically, this is how our bank accounts currently look. Bob currently still owns 100 shares of GameStop. I currently have $1,000 in my name. I'm happy. And Random Dude has 100 shares of GameStop. Now, meanwhile, we have two people who own GameStop stock. And then there's me, the middleman, who just made $1,000. Seems like easy money. Am I right? Well, not always. So, for example, if GameStop was to go down in value to $8 a share, Random Dude is now very upset. I am very happy because now I just bought them back at $8, and I'm happy because I would have had to pay him $800. And now I can give back the GameStop stock to Bob. And now, technically, I own $200 of cash money. Bob still owns his 100 shares, and Random Dude lost $200. Now, what's happening on the stock market today is a bit different. Now, there's a lot of people who dislike me in this case. They don't dislike me in real life. I think everyone loves me, but everyone dislikes me because I am a short seller. Now, in real life, I am not a short seller, so I will keep that clear. I am not a short seller. Now, from there, Random Dude is very happy because now everyone, all these happy people like myself who just hate short sellers, they are now coming in droves, and believe me, a heck of a lot more than 4 of them are saying, well, let's buy GameStop stock. And I am super happy or upset because as a short seller, that means that I now need to buy that stock back at a very high price. So there's a few different ways that these short sellers can get away with continuing to keep the stock short. So there's 3 ways to keep Bob happy. One way is to buy back the shares like I just showed you, and he'll be happy because he has his shares back. The second way is to continuing paying that 120% interest. Continuing to pay it every single month, all the time. Continuing to pay it, nonstop. Gotta pay it. And that also makes Bob happy. Now, if, for example, I do not have the money to pay back Bob, I don't have that 120%. I don't have the money. Well, in that case, I have a couple of different options. I can sell other stock. I can sell stuff like Apple if I had Apple. I could sell TD. I could sell different ETFs. Whatever I hold, I can sell to try and make enough income to make Bob happy again. Now, if Bob is still not happy, saying, you still haven't paid me all my damn money. Now, at that point, what Bob is going to do is say, you know what? Forget about you. You're going to pay me back. Your debt is now to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy back my shares from any person. I don't care. And I also don't care how much the price is. So if that stock is at $700 and you owe me 100 shares, now in real life it's not just 100 shares. Like these short sellers who are in trouble right now, you're talking about millions of shares, and like hundreds of millions. But from there, now he can say, well, I don't care. I really don't care. I just want my stock back. I don't care how much I'm going to pay because that dude over there, Alan, is going to pay for it for me. And if he doesn't, we'll figure out a way of him paying. But from there, that's basically what's happening today. However, on an average day, what would happen is if a lot of people kept on buying GameStop, which they currently are, it's just crazy right now, that personally now, let's say GameStop, for example, is at $210 a share, which right now I think is like 300 and something in real life. Now, Alan, myself, has to now be upset because obviously this would make anybody upset. Random dude's going to be happier than anything else. And at this time, Alan has to pay $200 more for every share that he sold, which then equals a ridiculous amount of money. So now Alan, even though he profited $1,000, he now needs to pay random dude $21. It's just making me laugh. $2,100. And of course, random dude is extremely happy, like glowing like the sun. He's just so happy. Alan, on the other hand, is very upset because he just lost $20,000 on that trade. And now he has to give back Bob those very, very happy shares of 100. So Bob is still with 100 shares. He's happy. Alan is down 20,000. He's extremely unhappy. He's negative. And random dude now has $21,000 to his name. He made a fantastic trade. He turned basically 1,000 into 21,000, and I think that would make anyone's year. So that is short selling. I do not recommend short selling. There's an unlimited downside to it. So yeah, don't do it. From there, I hope that you've enjoyed this explanation. If you feel like doing it, do it at your own risk. I personally say don't, and I also wouldn't do any short selling right now because it's just a nightmare and basically financial death waiting to happen. I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys again next time.